At Stratos, we try to make understanding and installing our heaters and heater options as easy as possible. One of our customers' most frequently asked questions is, how does my heater work? And if I buy heater options to improve my time to heat, amount of heat, or install time, where do these options fit and how do they work in my circuit? To understand how a basic heater circuit works, notice that the heater is installed with the coolant flowing from the outlet side of your engine. A Y is added to the system to divert some coolant to the inlet side of your heater. As you can see, by the small arrows, only a small amount of coolant is diverted to the heater. The color change from orange to yellow at the heater indicates that the coolant, which has been warmed by the engine, is sent by the Stratos heater to your cabin for comfort and safety. Note that a second Y is added to the opposite side of your circuit to return coolant from the outlet side of the heater to the inlet side of the engine. Adding a Stratos air bleed splice to your circuit will enable you to bleed the air out of your system more quickly, efficiently, and safely. No more lifting the vehicle on an angle and waiting to bleed the air. This safely reduces install time by 30 minutes. As shown, the air bleed splice is placed on the outlet side of the heater before the Y that diverts the coolant being returned to the engine. The flow of the circuit, amount of coolant diverted to the heater, and the heat exchange remain the same as in the basic heater circuit. The Stratos Thermostat Performance Kit redirects the engine coolant at low engine speeds for 50% faster heat. This thermostat replaces the Y that is installed from the outlet side of the engine to the inlet side of the heater. The thermostat is designed to restrict and redirect the flow of coolant, thereby increasing the coolant temperature. The thermostat builds the coolant temperature to 195 degrees Fahrenheit before it opens, removing the restriction on the circuit. Also notice that the thermostat diverts the majority of the coolant to the heater. Very little coolant is being sent to the radiator. In this circuit, the heater, in effect, becomes the radiator and the heat is extracted for maximum cabin comfort. If you want to increase heater output at idle and low vehicle speeds, the Stratos 12-volt electric booster pump kit is your answer. The booster pump increases the flow of the coolant from the engine to the heater and is located after the Y from the outlet side of the engine and before the inlet side of your heater. The booster scavenges heat from the engine and increases the flow of coolant to your heater to give you heat more quickly at idle for maximum comfort. The Stratos 12-volt electronic temperature control kit provides comfort for all seasons. And while adding variable heat settings for cabin comfort, the temperature control kit allows you to circulate ambient air on warm days to keep cool. The temperature controller is located after the Y from the outlet side of the engine and before the heater inlet with a bypass added around the heater. The amount of heated coolant that the controller diverts from the engine is based on adjusting the variable temperature control. When the temperature control is set on blue, the controller diverts all of the coolant to the bypass around the heater. As the temperature control is increased, the controller sends about 50% of the coolant to the heater and 50% to the heater bypass. Of course, when you turn the controller to the red setting, all of the coolant is sent to the heater core for maximum heat in the cabin. In this way, the temperature control kit controls the amount of coolant through the heater core and gives you variable temperature in the cabin. For severely cold days or for vehicles stored outside, Stratos' 110-volt heater preheats the vehicle coolant system for easy startup. Just plug the heater into any 110-volt outlet in your house or garage, and if you have a temperature control, turn it to red. The 110-volt heater fits in your circuit after the Y from the engine outlet and before the heater inlet to warm the coolant before it hits your heater and engine. With the coolant preheated overnight, your engine will start on the coldest of days and you will get almost instant heat to the cabin on startup. If you wanted even faster heat, Stratos' heater options could be combined. Just add the thermostat performance kit in place of the Y from the engine to increase your coolant temperature. Then, add the electric booster pump kit after the thermostat to pump the already warmed coolant to your heater more quickly. This combination gives you more heat even faster. On severely cold days, in severely cold vehicles, Add the 110-volt heater kit to preheat your coolant, then add the electric booster pump kit after the 110-volt heater to increase the flow of already warmed coolant to your heater. Voila! Lots of heat quickly on even the coldest days. Stratos heater and heater options. Number 1 in comfort and safety.